PVC pipe. Hey, thanks, man. Lifting, you're talking about, Mackle? It's nice. Just trying to get adequately warmed up here. Got clean and jerk doubles today. And some clean pulls. And push press and front rack lunges. So had a lot of volume on Sunday with clean snatch triples and 5x5 back squat and hang snatch doubles. So, and that was pretty tiring, but yeah, man. Yeah, I do, Mackle, I do Olympic lifting, you know, which is kind of technical and stuff. But yeah, anything would be great. I mean, any kind of lifting, if you do at all, is, I would say, good enough, right? But just gotta do what you enjoy and everything too. Sorry, I put my shoes on. I'm gonna keep warming up too, so. Try to pull my hips open whenever I warm up for squats or snatches or clean and jerks. Try to at least. Really gotta warm up my wrists and my elbows. Take stuff from my pocket. Hey man, doesn't matter what age you are, as long as you're doing something, that's good enough, right? Homeless fitness. No, I'm in my garage. That's a good one though. I'm in my garage. I do have a home. It's over there. So, good try. I have a membership, but I also like to lift at home. So, sorry to burst your bubble there. Great. Cover your head. No you. Have you ever thought about that one? Creatine? Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not some sports scientist or anything, like far from. Um, but, I mean, it's really well, like, what am I trying to say? Like, researched and stuff. I know it's pretty safe. There's going to be, like, articles out there that you find that are, like, fear-mongering toward it and stuff. But out of any supplement, like, it's a natural supplement, so there's that. It causes, like, water retention to a point, but that's what it's intended to do, is give your muscle more, basically, accessible water for recovery. So, I don't know, I mean, I know people who take it and they don't even lift, just for, like, general health benefits, but you're gonna get the most out of it if you're lifting, too. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's been times where I've used creatine, and sometimes I'm not using it, and I'm just like, well, why am I not even using it? Because there's not really a downside to it. Sounds good, dude. Yeah, I mean, let's see. I don't think it's like unsafe necessarily. Like, obviously, anything you do in crazy amounts, right, is going to be unsafe. But I think if you just take like the 5 grams per day, you probably won't really notice a difference even. But yeah, I'd say it's probably worth it. Even if it's a little benefit, better than nothing at all. It's pretty nice weather today here, which is cool. I thought it was going to be warmer, but there's some breeze going through. It might rain too, which is all right. But I thankfully have a roof over my garage, so as long as the roof holds up, I should be all right. So I'm working up to 80 kilos today for this clean and jerk doubles. It's gonna look a little weird because I'm gonna drop on the crash pads, just because anytime I do more than singles, I try to use the crash pads just as a courtesy to my neighbors, because it's got to be annoying, I would assume, just crazy loud. Obviously, I'm not doing like 200 kilos or anything like that, but it's still annoying to hear a drop like that. So, oh yeah. What's the weather like normally? I mean, I'm in Fahrenheit, so I might not know it exactly if you say, but is it usually like pretty mild? Like I'm in the Midwest in the U.S. I'm in Wisconsin, and our summers are usually pretty nice. Like, you know, during the hot times, it's usually like about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't. That's probably what, like 25 or 30 Celsius or something. I don't know. Um, Obviously, we have really cold winters, right? But I don't. What's your guys' weather generally like? Do you have pretty aggressive winters or not? So today it's like 76 degrees Fahrenheit with a breeze. I really can't complain. So like at all. It could be way worse. Good chalk on. Yeah, that's kind of what ours are like too in the upper Midwest. I mean, unfortunately, we're used to the bad winters, right? But I think the cold and snow is a trade-off for like crazy natural disasters or anything like that. Like, I'll take that anytime. You know, like hurricanes or, you know, we get tornadoes and stuff, but not like insane amounts or anything. So no earthquakes, no hurricanes, which I'm fine with. I gotta put some chalk on my hands. I'm gonna do one more set of that. Probably throw 20 pounds on. Go up a little bit. But I got 5 sets of doubles, so I gotta not lollygag. But I don't have to squat today, which is nice. I mean, I like squatting, but that's okay. All right, let's do that again. Whoops. 70. I usually do 5 days a week for this, but I just switched to 4 days a week. Mat goal. So, I mean, I do stuff on my rest days, but not the full compound lifts and stuff. This workout specifically is like once a week for the next 10 weeks, and the progressively overloads, or this collection of workouts today, I should say. But overall training, yeah, like 4 to 5 times per week. Doesn't matter what I do for warm-ups or what the lift is, the warm-up always just takes me out, and I don't know why. That's okay. I got 5 sets, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm working on my split jerk. Split jerk is really what I'm trying to work on right now. First one, I almost tossed it forward. I mean, I try to get good sleep. Depends on what I got going on for work that week, you know. I worked nights and PMs for 6-7 years, so that sleeping pattern is kind of ingrained into my head. So I usually go to bed pretty late. So some nights I only get like 6 hours, which isn't great. But I try to. If I did better with that, I'd probably do a lot better. But I try to. I try to eat okay too. I don't really count or track anything because I feel like that just like strains I focus on it too much. And I'm not bodybuilding or anything like that. My weight's maintained, so I don't. As long as I'm just not eating total shit for every meal, I think I'm cool with that. So The breeze coming through here is nice. Yeah. Do you do any training, Michael? I know you mentioned some stuff and your age and everything, but do you do any exercise or anything like that? Oh, is it? I'm right by the door, so it might be a little loud. Sorry. Hill walking, nice. I try to do. I do a lot of disc golfing when when I have free time aside from lifting. So I get a lot of steps in, especially right now in the summer when it's not snow. I get a lot of steps in, so which is, I think, helped me out a lot because I wasn't like not moving, but my average step count was probably like 7,000, and then with doing disc golfing this summer, I've raised it to like my average is probably like 13,000. So that's been nice. I think it's helped in other areas. I think it's maintaining my weight and stuff. So I run sometimes, but not that much. So, all right, let's get the first set. A little off balance, especially on a second jerk. Not that bad though. Trying to take note of this is like, I think 65 or 70% of my one rep. I just started a new training block, so it's a lot of volume at, I don't want to say cruising weight, but like lower weight, 70%-ish. Just started that this week because I just tested everything last week, which went really well. And I just signed up for a competition in October, today, actually. So that's what this program is kind of leading to, which isn't what I was kind of planning on, but I realized that there was an open comp today. Well, it's not today, it's in October, but I realized it today. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I was going to do one in April, but I got wrist tendonitis, so I had to drop out of that. So I still haven't done one yet. So I would really like to. But yeah. Usually I try to aim for when my heart rate's under 110. That's when Olympic weightlifting. I've done powerlifting in the past. But Olympic lifting is the snatch and the clean and jerk, versus powerlifting is like squat, bench, deadlift. So, damn. I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm gonna keep going. Set 2. I think those were better split jerks, but man. Do you think? Yeah, it depends on, and I'm no coach, like by any means, so don't take my word for absolute or anything, but I think it depends on what you're training for. So like, for example, for me right now, I'm at the beginning of my program, so it's like foundational strength focused for a couple weeks, so it is a lot of lower weight, higher volume stuff. So like, for example, doing multiple sets of the main lifts, I got 5x5 back squats for a couple weeks, and our squats in general, sorry. But as it goes further, the reps get lower and the weight gets higher, so that by the end of the program, I'm to the point where I'm at the competition, because I'm only doing 1 rep at a competition, a max. So, well, three total reps, I guess. But yeah, so it depends. I mean, if you're bodybuilding, I think doing both is good, but like general lower is probably better with higher reps. Powerlifters usually go higher weight, lower reps. So it all depends on where you're at and what you're training for, kind of. I think it's a little more fun to do, heavy stuff, right? But that's not optimal for everyone, because not everyone can recover from that unless they're either on enhancers or they're freak genetic specimens. So yeah. So I don't know what that like means. Is that like a unit of measurement or something? What is that in regard to like kilograms or pounds? I'm gonna keep going. Oh. Okay. In muscle, you're saying? Or just in general? Okay, so 7 pounds. Yeah. Sorry. I know kilograms really well because that's what these are in. And work in healthcare, so that's generally what they use. yeah, I mean, if you're training for overall fitness, I think that's probably doable for sure, regardless of your age or anything. Yeah. No, I mean, and honestly, if you did take creatine, that would increase your weight a little bit just for the sake of the water retention. Not like crazy. Maybe a half a pound or a very, not even a kilogram or whatever, but yeah, I think if you just did like hypertrophy stuff then and mixed in with some heavier weights every once in a while, you could probably get that no problem. You know, if you start, I don't know what like your body composition is right now, but if you started lifting now, you'd probably lose some weight in general, like fat, right? Anyone would if they start lifting, regardless of their size. But yeah, I mean, probably over the course of, you know, like a while, I wouldn't plan on in 2 weeks, but 6-8 months, you could probably do that no problem if you're consistent and everything. Can't believe that guy was making fun of my baldness earlier. Rude. And the nice thing about running lives is that you can just block people. Learned that from one of my friends that does this. Yeah, I mean, 6 months, if you were consistent, I think that's more than attainable, you know. Even if you weren't like, I don't even think you have to be like crazy, like not like bodybuilding, like you get 8.5 hours of sleep every night, and 120 grams of protein. Like as long as you just eat normal and train, I think that's definitely doable. Yeah, man, pull-ups are great. Like if you only had like a set amount of time or didn't want to expose yourself to a bunch of different things, you know, doing those compound lists, I mean, pull-ups hit, I don't know, obviously I don't know exactly how many muscles, but they hit damn near every muscle in your upper body. Even if it's not active, like your core, you know, your lower back, holding your legs in position, and then obviously your upper back and your arms and stuff. Yeah, pull-ups are great. Or dips. You could get away with pull-ups and dips, honestly, to a point, right? But like if you had two options, I would probably just go with pull-ups and dips and body weight and eventually do them weighted. So you get pretty dang far with those. Yeah, being bald isn't bad, right? Told me to put a head cap on. Yeah. Well, yeah, you'd have no problem then. Especially if you do, like, I'm biased because I've always, you know, I do barbell movements. But if you did barbell movements like rows and overhead press, bench, I guess, to a point, squats, you know, you could do the 7.5 stone, no problem, I would think. All right, let's do this. Gotta be aggressive in my dirt. Nice. Those were good. It's probably my best set. I got one more. Nothing like clean and jerk reps to get your heart rate up. That's great that you're fit at 58 though, man. I've taken care of a lot of people at the hospital who were a lot younger than you, who either died or were in really rough shape. So that's great that you're in shape. Oh, that was a good set. Nice. That's great. I hope she's in great health, good health at least, you know. When you get above 80, nothing's really guaranteed regardless of your health, but that's great. And it's nice that you still got her around and stuff. Good. I'm happy to hear that. Like I said, I've seen, you know, families get ripped apart by someone passing in their 40s at the hospital and stuff, and that's awful. So it's nice when you get lucky, I guess, and you can have your family around for a while and yourself, right? Could always be worse. Got one more set. Then I got clean pulls at just about 100 kilos. And then some volume in the push press, which I feel like is gonna cook me, but that's okay. That's what this is all about. Excuse me. All right, this is gonna be my best set. You just watch. Just watch. Watch this. I shouldn't have these change plates laying around. I'm gonna trip on them. I'm good for one drop today. That was good. Jerks felt better as I went for sure. I think I'll try this one snatch. So, if you're talking about right now, that's a clean and jerk. So the clean is, and if you know, I'm not trying to mansplain, but the clean is to here and stand up, and then the jerk is the second part where it's overhead. If you look back at, like I have a couple of my recent shorts, are me snatching. That's where your hands are wider. And you catch it down here, or in the squat, and stand up. Not that I'm trying to promote myself, but watching it is probably gonna be better than me, my dumb head, trying to explain it. Yeah, I mean, obviously the Olympic lifts are technical to a point, right? Well, I mean, not to a point, they are. But man, they keep you They do a good job at getting your heart rate up and every muscle's working in your whole body. I mean, if you're snatching, you don't have one muscle that's turned off in your whole body. And it looks badass, I think. I don't know. That's one of the main reasons why I switched to Olympic lifting, is because of the aesthetic of it, honestly, and then I ended up liking it, thankfully. So, yeah, it's really nice. I mean, introduce yourself to it slowly. Make sure you got the movement right. Start with the PVC pipe for a long time. It's going to be boring for a while, but you'd rather do that than get injured and never get to be able to do it, you know. So snatching's my favorite, though. I love snatching. Even though it pisses me off when I miss it, I still love doing it. I'll have to watch those back, but those last couple of sets were much better than my first one. The cleans felt a little weird, but that's okay. I got sets of 4 clean pulls. So if I put 30, it's 176. I don't want to do a 10. I'm trying to do math with kilo plates. 30, 206. Wait. 208. Okay. I mean, that'd be a great starting point, especially if you have a 10 kilo bar. Once you understand the movement and stuff, that'd be a great, instead of jumping right to a 20 kilo bar, that'd probably be better anyway. Oh, I gotta load my bar here, so I'll be right back. So, ideally I would want 10 more cubes. Oh. Yeah. Hey, man, as long as it doesn't give you an infection or poke you or anything, a bar's a bar. You know, for a while, I used this one with the black tape on it, which is like a general 45 pound or 20 kilo bar or whatever. But I don't know how familiar you are with barbells, but like this one is a needle bearing Olympic like weightlifting barbells, so the ends spin really fast. Otherwise, when you clean or snatch, the weight can pull you around. So it's like the weight is free spinning independent of the bar essentially. Whereas that one, it's not rusted, but the ends are bush bearings and they don't spin very well. So that's what I had for a while though when I started accumulating stuff in here and I used it. So I mean, as long as you got something, as long as it's safe, right? Sets of 4, killer. Honestly, those older bars might be better than like a general one now or in the last 10 years anyway. I know like Eleiko is like the most heralded weightlifting equipment supplier, and their bars from the 70s still get sold second or third hand as much as new almost. So it all depends on. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I for sure believe it. Why is it so far away? All right. Took the bounce pads off, so it might get a little loud. Apologize in advance. Yeah. 2 more sets of that. Not necessarily trying to rush through everything, but I'm trying to build a little bit more of a tolerance to going faster with volume. So I have just sat around for a long time in between sets before, and I feel like that's detrimental. Plus, with these secondary / accessory lifts, they're not as taxing as the full lifts, so I can afford to go a little faster, even if I don't want to, as long as my form was good. Like I was going too fast with my snatch triples on Sunday, and I was kind of sacrificing form, so I slowed down. I think I'm happy I switched to 4 days a week though, from 5, just because it gives me a little bit more time to recover. So I'm hoping that, especially as I ramp up toward the competition, I know it's not for a long time, but I'll be in a better position to recover from those heavier sessions that are consistently happening. So I think that's what did me in on the last time. I just was following a program, but I don't think I was adapting well to the frequency and the intensity and stuff. And then I kept training through it, which made it worse. So that sucked. But now I get to try again. So could be worse, right? Yeah, well, I think that's the the American premonition toward large trucks, and like I don't have a truck, and neither does my wife. But yeah, I mean, we have a two stall. It's really probably like 2.25 stall, and we have one of the bigger ones on the block, I would say. But yeah, there's you know, it's not really super finished or anything, but yeah, we have a lot of storage. But yeah, I mean, you can see that in our parking lots here, over here in the States and everything. Like, it's all set up for cars and mainly trucks, because that's just what people are obsessed with over here. So, yeah, I mean, in the summer, it allows me to. I just park outside in the summer, which is fine. It allows me to train in here. I have a nice big platform that I built that I have more than enough room for. Just the downside is it's not insulated, and in the winter here it gets pretty cold, as you're accustomed to, you know. And my basement is pretty old, so the ceilings aren't high enough. I can't do anything overhead, which is fine. I have a gym membership, but yeah. So I take my opportunities to train at home here in the summer when I can, because I've accumulated some pretty nice stuff and I like doing it. And so, and it's nice to just be able to walk out here, train, and go inside and have a banana or whatever, you know. So, all right, let me get this third set. Yeah. Yeah. Those are getting better. I feel a pump in my back, which I think means I need to be pushing my legs more. Have you always lived in Scotland? Or you got family in anywhere else over there or anything like that? Or I've never been there. I've never been to Europe or anything. I've only ever been in the States here, so I'm sure it's nice. Oh, I know you guys have crazy landscape and everything and terrain, so nice. Cool. That's nice you got family by, and you said your mom, right? So that's good. Oh, did you? Okay. Is that quite different, like demographic wise, you know, like landscape and stuff? Is that pretty different from where you're at now? Or is England pretty similar to Scotland? Oh, really? How so? See, that's interesting. Like, I don't mean to look like a big idiot. I just never been there or anything, so it's interesting to hear from someone that actually lives there rather than like History Channel or whatever, you know. So. Oh, sure. Okay. I guess, yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna get this last set here. And I'm gonna push the floor with all my might. These guys. Come on, buddy. There's a bumblebee on the floor. I think his wing is broken. All right. Push the floor. Come on. Probably a little excessive with the noise there, but here's my last set. Okay. Yeah. That's probably got to be way different, but I bet it's nice in different aspects. Our area is generally pretty rural, so I know what you mean. I've never lived in a dense or populated city or anything like that, but I'm sure it's much different. Well, that's half my stuff done, so I might end the live just because I'm gonna go talk to my wife here in a little bit. So yeah, man, if you ever want to chat again, you can subscribe. I try to go live like once a week probably. Otherwise, I post some stuff. I don't have a pocket knife, no. Yeah, if you want to join again next time, feel free. I'd love to chat with you. So, it was nice meeting you, and good luck with your training. If you do start training, you should post some. It'd be nice to keep track. So, yeah. Well, maybe I'll see you around. If anyone else is in here, have a good day. Thanks for stopping by.